All right, today we'll be talking about negotiating a real estate deal. A couple tips and tricks for you, how to approach it. We'll probably split this into two parts, otherwise it'll end up being about 6 hours long. And we'll tell you how Herbie will try to rip you off on a couple things when you're in the process of purchasing investment property. And we'll give you some other little tips on saving some cash through the process. Okay, let's go to the slides. The first thing we want to do is find and research a property. It's pretty easy to find these. We'll find one in just a moment. Kind of want to find one you're interested in within your price range. We'll use our standard price range a little later on here. Check out the current prices in the area of the home. Make sure that it's in line. Try to find something that you can get a discount on. Maybe it's been on the market for a little while. Maybe it says a fixer-upper or something like that doesn't need too much work. Check out on the listings the past purchase price for the house. From this, you can get a good idea before even contacting the realtor how much the seller owes on the house. And, you never know. You might be able to purchase the house for what they owe on it, or possibly maybe a little less. But usually they're trying to make a good, 7 to 10% above what they owe on it at a minimum, so they can pay all the realtor fees, including paying your realtor, because we'll talk about negotiating that. Specific factors in the area. Pay attention to taxes. What state? Try to stay in these red states. We'll discuss that in another video. Some really good states to invest in. Remember, this isn't investment advice. It's not financial advice. It's a YouTube channel. If you do anything I say, you'll lose 100% of your money and more. You'll go ahead and lose the house you have now. You'll lose your dog. Your dog will run away. So don't do anything that I say. Just, hopefully this is entertainment for you. Okay, so when you're taking a look at the house on the listing, sometimes you can see if the seller's motivated. But that's one thing we'll look for throughout the process is the seller's motivation. They're out there. If you can find a really motivated seller, you'll be able to get a good deal on a property below market value. And you'll be able to get a really good price on it and get it closed as quickly as you want to. The other thing to be careful of, you definitely want to be pre-approved for a loan when you're going into this process. There's no point contacting a realtor if you're not pre-approved. One thing we're going to tell them when we talk to the seller or the realtor is that, hey, I'm a real estate investor and I'm pre-approved for up to blah, blah, blah. Or you're going to say, hey, I'm pre-approved for this property, so we can go ahead and learn more about it if you have the time, Mr. or Mrs. Seller or Realtor. Okay, so that's some stuff to consider. We'll move on to checking out some properties here. Just pay attention to the stuff. So we'll go ahead and switch over to Zillow. Like I said, we're probably going to make this a two-part video. So we may just end it after we look at this, or maybe go through the next slide and end it. But what we want to do is pick a property somewhere. We're just going to randomly say, where haven't we looked? Well, Kentucky. Let's go to Bowling Green, Kentucky. I see it right here. We'll zoom in, and we will pan over. We're going to make sure our for sale up here is set to everything. Let's go ahead and get rid of these for this search. We're going to get rid of auctions and foreclosures. Usually I leave all these checked because I don't mind sorting through them, but for this video, we'll go ahead and get rid of those. For a price, we're going to put in a maximum of our normal $150,000 right there. Beds and bath, we're going to go 3 plus. We're going to leave that at any, just in case they didn't list any bathrooms. And we're going to get rid of lots and land for this video. And schools. We'll go ahead and set our schools to 6 plus, so we can at least look at an area with decent school system. Okay, so this is probably our best area with decent schools. Not sure on the neighborhood here. We're just going to kind of look at the properties. We have 4 most expensive, $150,000, 3 bed, 1 bath. $149,000, 4 bed, 2 bath. $130,000, 3 bed, 1 bath. And we have $115,000. This one, just looking at thumbnails, probably going to be a manufactured home or a lot or something. Well, no, I was wrong. It looks like a really small 3-bed, 1-bath, below 1,000 square feet. So let's skip this property. We'll go up to this other one here for $130,000. We'll focus on this property, 3-bed, 1-bath, 1,286 square feet. So we can put in another bathroom here if we want to and make it a 3-bed, 2-bath, possibly rent it for more. Looking at the property, looks pretty well maintained. It doesn't look like a distressed home from any of these initial pictures. A little sidewalk here, not sure if there's a garage. Nice little porch. Okay, good. All right. Bathroom, I'm going to guess there's a bathtub behind there. Don't know for sure because they're not showing us, but usually if there's a shower curtain like this, there would be a bathtub. So we can go ahead and say this has a bathtub. Comes with a nice little outhouse or a shed, depending what you want to call that. Looks like a wine cellar. If you're, if you like wine, comes with that. Okay, good. Nice little back porch, if you see that right there. See a little back porch? Nice little window here looking at your outhouse. Okay. So, yeah, good. Looks decent inside. Doesn't look like there'd be too much work. Let's read this. Charming home. Blocks of WKU, downtown, hardwood floors, thermopane windows. Doesn't really look like a college kid lives here if it's within walking distance of university. I try to stay away from those, but, who cares for this video? We'll just figure it out. Refrigerator, gas range, dishwasher, attic is floored and storage space. Good. Shed in the back has electric and keyed with house. 6-foot privacy fence, large deck and cellar access. Woo! Okie dokie. Central air. Oh, we just want to make sure it has that during our purchase process. We'll open up all the facts and features here. Vinyl siding, wood floors, wood stuff on the outside. Okay, floor covering, partial carpet, vinyl, whatever. Crawl space. Okay. If it's got central air, hopefully it has ducting through the crawl space there. Internet, yeah. Kitchen features. Okay. Vacant, says it's vacant. Okay, so they might be just paying a mortgage there and needing to get rid of the property, trying to gauge their motivation. Looks pretty good. Okay. Previous sale history. Hey, they tried to sell it back in June. That fell through. They went ahead and tried to sell it for $139,000 in February 2020. We all know the housing market kind of fell apart there in March. So yeah, then they went ahead and pended the sale. That didn't go through. So now it's back on the market, $129,000. They're probably looking for somebody that has decent financing now. So if you come through with decent financing, probably be able to get a discount on that property. Look what they're renting it for here. $900 a month. It was listed for rent last year. Doesn't look like it's rented now, so not sure why they're doing that. You would want to rent this for $1,300 a month if you went ahead and bought this house for $130,000. Not sure if you'll be able to do that. This is no way that's accurate. I don't know. Maybe it is $300 a year for property taxes. Or maybe it's $300 a month. Not really sure. We want to make sure on that one. Okay, there you go. There's your schools. They're okay. All right, so that kind of meets that. Let's check out the other houses. That one's like kind of mid-priced, higher than this $115,000, less than these here. So we will go ahead and switch this to our rental view. Okay, switch this to our normal $3,000 per month. See what we got. This area, 3-bed, 1-bath, $900. 3-bed, 2-bath, $1,300. So you can see if that house had 2 bathrooms, it's right in this area here somewhere. Probably be able to rent that for $1,300 a month. 3-bed, 2-bath, $1,200. 3-bed, 1.5, 1.1K. So we're pretty close to our rent to value ratio. You never know. We're just going to go ahead and look at this property. May not buy it just based on the rental costs in the area there. But we'll see. Okay, back to our for sale view, and we will. Where'd our house go? Where'd our little house go? Change this. So we need to change this back to $150,000. They always do that on us here. Not sure why. Maybe link in the comments why they do that. Okay. So yeah, if you turn this into a 2-bath house, you probably get $1,200 to $1,300 a month for it. We're going to want to get this property for under $100,000. And judging by the description here, they may be trying to rent it to college kids. Not really sure. We just want to rent it to just a tenant that'll be there all year round. If we were going to rent this to some college kids, we would probably put that up for about $1,800 a month to pay for all the damages. Okay, so that's a little research on the property. They may be motivated. We kind of get a clue of that from the listing, the pending sale that they listed that fell through, the fact that they lowered the price from $139,000, and it's been on the market for 202 days. The last property I purchased ended up getting about a $40,000 discount on because it had been on the market when I first looked at it for 212 days. So we have a motivated seller here. And that was the first house we looked at. So, hey, what are the odds there? I did not look at this area before we looked at this house. Okay, so let's go back to our slides. So this will probably be the last slide for part 1 of this video. What we're going to do now that we've taken a look at that house and are interested in it, we're going to go ahead and contact the seller or the seller's realtor. Once we do that, we'll be able to talk to them or call the owner if it's for sale by owner. That's FSBO there. So if it's for sale by owner, you get to talk directly with the owner. If it's not, then you talk directly with the realtor. Oftentimes I'll ask for a conversation with the owner to kind of feel them out and ask about a detailed history of the property. Whatever you can do to get in contact with the owner, that makes them put a little effort into the sale and gives you a chance to build some of that rapport with them. Okay, so when you call them, whenever you reach them, you're going to do an introduction. Hey, my name is Sally Mae. I'm a real estate investor and I saw the house, really interested in it. Would love to find out more about the history of it. And I see that it was rented. In this particular case, we saw that they were trying to rent that house in the past. Want to find out a little bit more about that. Do you have a couple minutes to talk there, Mr. and Mrs. Seller or Realtor? Okay, great. So then you go into questions that are pertinent or relate to that property. So, hey, I saw that it has 1 bath. Is that a bathtub in there? Okay, great. Yeah, it is. Perfect. I thought it might be. I was wondering, how old is that roof on there? It looked pretty new in the pictures. And how old's that water heater? How old's that furnace? The central air work? Just ask them all this stuff, just be interested in it. Let them know that you're a serious buyer. Up here in the introduction, you're telling them that you're a real estate investor, that you are pre-qualified for the house, and you're really serious about picking up a property in the next X amount of days, be that 10 days or 30 days or 60 days. So once you go through asking them a couple questions, you're going to want to build that rapport, also known as rapport. And go ahead and build that with them. So, the way you do that, you tell them, hey, it's really nice. You compliment them, say, it's a great time to sell a house right now. Inventory's low, or the house is really nice. They kept it in really good shape. I'm really, really interested in it. I think that's great. Tell them a little bit more about yourself. Tell them you own a couple other properties in the area, or tell them you own a couple other properties in a different state. Whatever, just let them know a little bit more in depth about you, and then ask them questions. Ask them questions about themselves, like, oh yeah, Sally, how long you been in a realtor? Ask them like, yeah, the market's really good right now. You must be doing really well in the realty business. Whether they are or not, you just tell them that. And at some point, they get comfortable with you. When they get comfortable with you, that's when you start feeling them out on price. So, they're comfortable with you when they're like, oh, yeah, let's get a conversation. Yay, yada, yada, yada. And you're like, oh, yeah. So I was kind of wondering, one other question I had was, how motivated is that seller? Why are they selling the house? Ask them something like that. So why is the seller selling the house? Looks like it'd be a great house, great rental. Was there some sort of issue with it? What's going on there? You never know. They'll come back with something. They may not tell you anything, but you got to ask the question. And that starts feeling them out on how motivated the seller is. They may just come out and say, hey, the seller's really motivated. It's been on the market for 200 some odd days. Heck, the last property that I purchased, my realtor called the for sale by owner, and the first conversation, that owner had gone from $90,000 for the property and let my realtor know, hey, my minimum is $80,000 for this house, without even getting into any type of negotiation. My realtor just said, hey, what kind of price are we looking at on this? How flexible are you? And the guy just went right into it. So the next thing you're going to do is ask them to send you additional info, additional pictures, additional video, or any other information on the property. You want to go ahead and send them an email while you're on the phone with them with your contact info. As a real estate investor, you should always have your contact info in the signature of your email so that it's easy to get back to you and you don't get lost in the shuffle. So, if there's 3 people interested and only one of them has their contact info in the signature of their email, guess who's getting a call back first? So anyway, that realtor is probably going to go ahead and send you more pics, video, or other info on the house that owner has. Or if it's the owner, they'll go ahead and do that too. Reassure them you're serious before you hang up the call. So you're going to let them know again, yeah, hey, look, like I said, I'm pre-approved for this property. Really, really interested in it. Next time we talk, I'd love to schedule to follow up with you next week. Or I'd love to follow up with you in the next couple days. Sometime in this conversation, they would have said, we have like 3 people that have called us in the last 10 minutes. And we kind of need a decision now. Or throughout the conversation, they're going to say, yeah, it's been on the market for 200 some odd days, been tough going through, the global thing that's going on right now. Can't say it. I'm not that I'm monetized anyway, but I'll definitely be demonetized in the future. So you schedule a follow-up with them. Give yourself, 2 to 3 days leeway to go through and get them time to send you info. Once they send you the info, you can sort through it and give them a call back within, 24 hours of them sending you that email with the extra pictures and video. Come up with any little concerns you have, nothing major at this point. Just like, yeah, hey, I noticed I probably got to put another bathroom in there, but, I'll work on that on my own. Just let them know that, you're going to start, don't tell them, but give them those signals that you're going to start into the negotiation process and that you're a serious buyer. If you start saying stuff like, hey, I have to change this, but it's all good, that indicates to them that you're serious about purchasing the property. Okay, so after you schedule a follow-up, you're going to go ahead and disconnect with them. And we'll probably stop here for part 1. Check out part 2 when it's posted, and we will go from there. Take it easy, everybody.